yeah. I love my HBCU. And boy, I love it, love it. I love it, love it. I love my HBCU. And man, I hope my team they won. I hope my team they won. Yeah, man. I hope my team they won. I hope my team they won. Yeah. I tune into the HBCU Sports Lab to see if my team won or lost. If they lost, I'm quiet as a mouse. But if they won, you tab. I'ma do the dab, yeah. Dr. Cavil, he know what he be talking about. Mike and Charles, they know what they be talking about. They compress the analytic data with the hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they won or lost, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
Ooh, first step. That's what happens when you're live. Welcome. This is Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab, episodes 805. This is the Indy Report, and I have my man Tariq Wilson. How you doing, sir?
I'm hanging in there, man. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Just hanging in there.
Yeah, it's been a long week, but all things considered, I'm doing well. Thank you.
That's good to hear. That's what I like to hear.
Yep. What you been up to?
Oh my goodness, great. Well, it's been kind of hectic. It's kind of crazy, man. I'm going to New York next weekend to go move out my daughter, get her stuff in storage. Like it's that time.
Wow.
It's that time, man. I told her I'm going to pack the majority of your stuff, and then I'll come pick you up when it's go time, so to speak.
Is she going to stay on campus next year?
Yes, she's going to have her own room. It's going to be solo dolo.
That's awesome.
Paying for it too.
Wait, if you swing through the city, holla at me.
I am not, it's gonna be. I'm hoping it's gonna be like, and I gotta take her out to dinner because her birthday was a few weeks ago, so I gotta take her out to dinner too. So I'm gonna try to go get her stuff in storage and then take her out to dinner.
Sweet.
I am gonna be in the Bronx in July. I will be in far. I'll be in the Bronx. I'm going to see Jay-Z for those concerts that he's doing out at Yankee Stadium. So that should be fun.
Big money.
You ain't lying, bro.
big money.
It's funny because I got the first 2 nights through SeatGeek and I got the tickets already. The third night was the most expensive one, and I got that from Ticketmaster.
Oh wow.
It's kind of fascinating how they're out here gouging people left and right when it comes to these events nowadays. But all right, let me get into the intro. Welcome to episode 805 of Inside the HBCU Sports Lab radio show and podcast, the show that's covering the sporting HBCU diaspora, all things HBCU sports for institutions large and small, from the NAIA to the NCAA. We share insights and information on the HBCU sports culture and HBCU athletic aesthetics to facilitate the story of HBCU athletic programs and the business of HBCU sports. I'm your host, David L. Rhodes, along with my co-host, Tariq Wilson. Brandon King and Jeffrey Johnson's on assignment. We are filming from our home studios and sending the signal live to our KCOH 12:30 a.m. studios with the Texas Radio Hall of Famer Ralph Cooper in the beautiful home of Texas Southern University from Houston, Texas. All right, man. The first topic I have for tonight regards a new poll ranking that's going to debut this season. The 4 conferences, the SWAC, the MEAC, the CIAA, and SIAC, are going to do a poll that is pretty much co-signed by the conferences, so to speak. They're going to be very active. I guess head coaches and media members are going to get the vote on this poll. I've been told that there was some confusion with the announcement and some of the articles that was written out. I've been told there will be a Division I poll and there will be a Division II poll. There will not be Division I and II going together. But here's the question I have for you, man. What is it going to take for one of our independent programs to get on this top 10 list?
Oh man, first of all, we're not even included in that list?
I don't know. I didn't ask that question yet.
Okay, I think
it'll be difficult not to if one of our teams is good. I'm just going to keep it a beam with you.
Yeah. Well, what's good, right? It's always been the thing since we left, right? Good is relative. So, like, what if we continue or, we beat? You have a positive record against good MEAC SWAC teams, and if for some reason you finish sub 500 in one of our conferences, like what does that mean? You know what I'm saying?
It won't put us in the top 10. I can tell you that, even though you have an argument. But I think I don't like. I'm just trying to understand what's the difference between what this is doing and what Box to Row does.
It's probably
they
just
have
that.
a top 10, and then that's fine. If it's backed by the conference, that's fine. I just hope they take everything into consideration when it comes to this.
I'm happy that because I did also hear what you heard where people were unclear whether or not it would be a combined Division I, Division II poll. So at least they're separating the two because that only makes sense.
I mean, if they don't, it would make it worse, right? Yeah. And people are going to be critical of this because I saw on Twitter everybody's already asking, I want to be part of the voting team. But man, you ever saw George Carlin his bit on the big club?
And you ain't in it.
There's a big club. You ain't in it.
You ain't in it.
So, like, I think I have my thoughts on if you ask me who I think should be in that discussion for the poll rankings, at least on the media side, I'll be quite frank. They said that the head coaches are going to be in the poll. All due respect to the head coaches, I think we got some phenomenal coaches in the MEAC and in the SWAC. But all due respect to you guys, y'all do not have time to be trying to figure out who the best top 10 teams are.
Yeah, and don't most of the times they kick that stuff down to the SID anyway?
Yeah, and they don't know.
Right.
There's probably a couple that might know, but they don't really know.
So they're still trying to figure all that out, like percentages, like coaches get this percentages, media get this percentage, internet dudes get this percentage.
Well, wait. You said internet dudes. There's no assumption we're gonna have any internet dudes.
We gotta have
assuming we're gonna have internet dudes.
That would help the cause.
You know what they should do, but I know they're not gonna do it. They should have you guys do it.
Yeah,
I think the HU Pirates should do it. And the reason why I think they should do it is because if the independents ain't included anyway, they're gonna be very non-biased about it.
Yeah, we keep it real. We made enough enemies at our own school, so we wouldn't be biased.
Oh my goodness gracious! So that's how I feel. Like if you like, I mean, and there's other folks I think that should definitely be in the poll. Like I think I would, if you're gonna focus on folks who have media outlets, then I would put FCS Football Central. I have either Zach or Gerald involved. Zach McKenna from the Blue Bloods or Gerald Huggins involved. I think Gerald will probably make the most sense, but if you're gonna, but then again, he can do something depending on how Morgan State handles it for them. All right, your partner in crime. Speaking of HU Parker, your partner in crime here, Mr. Johnson. How you doing, sir?
My goodness, hey, where's some applause, cheers, or something?
Do I have claps? I think I have claps. Hey. Do I have claps? I don't think I have claps. I thought I had claps. I don't have applause. All right, no applause. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, man.
I don't have applause. I have everything else but applause.
Man, listen, I'm sitting here doing the dishes, and I was just like, man, the girls in the next room, I'm looking at them. I was like, let me go ahead and jump on.
We're talking about the new poll and how I'm going to try to push to have you guys involved in the voting of the new poll ran by the MEAC, SWAC, CI, and SAIC.
Okay.
They're being backed by the conferences. They're gonna do a top 10 poll, and I think, if you're gonna do it with a mix of folks, right? Like Zach McKenna from the Blue Bloods and Gerald Huggins are two no-brainers for me. Like those guys know their ball. Those guys watch not just HBCU and they cover HBCU sports, but they also cover FCS.
Yeah.
So they would have a different eye on it than most will, but than most poll rankings are going through from that perspective. I would see if Donald Ware is available to do it. Stephen Gaither available to do it. Like I'm just naming names. Like Dr. Cavil, obviously, right?
All good.
But get a diverse set. You should probably put some internet folks on there too.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're gonna do that. But if you're gonna focus on primary media outlets, then that's who I would start with. HBCU Sports probably should get a vote. somebody from there.
They're all objective. So, those to me are the easy ones, or the good ones.
Yeah.
No lifers, no back in the day people.
Well,
they have perspectives.
They do, but everything. All right, if it's a lifer or back in the day, it's always there's an Eddie Robinson reference every probably 2 minutes. There's
Joe Taylor.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, or a Pete Richardson Southern sighting or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating. Like I really do. Like I think it's fascinating that they're going to do this. I'm kind of curious to see who the voters, and I'm kind of curious if they're going to be transparent about who the voters are.
You know what? That's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm serious.
Yeah. I think for the MEAC, it'll be a little bit tougher because, I guess I would vote because there's not a lot of anonymity because there are like 6 teams, right? So
there's only 6. I mean, you're doing the top 10. I mean, 2 or 3 will be on every 10.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's tough.
I'm serious. Like, I mean, the school down the road, South Carolina State will probably be in it, and then maybe Delaware State probably be the 3rd slot right now if the Sean can keep it rocking, and the rest is probably going to be the SWAC.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you know what? Like, I like your question earlier, David. Like, what would it take for one of our schools to make that list? We got to be like 8-2. You know what I'm saying? No, even if we have a positive record, against our HBCU brethren.
I just think we have to be involved though. Like I think you can't, because what if Tennessee State have that same run when they won the conference? How are you not gonna have them in the top 10? How are you not gonna have them in the top 5?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I think a 6-3 Hampton and A&T team would at least be top 5. Honestly.
Well, there's always some hate, but we should be, if we have compiled that kind of record.
Yeah, but, I would hate us too if I was a Wacko or a MEAC. I would definitely hate both of our institutes. But that's the story.
No, I don't think they hate. I don't think they all hate us. I think it's just I understand.
Oh, there's some of that. There's some,
but I don't think it's that. I think I respect the fact that they're trying to do their own thing. I just want to, but it comes to the discussion of credibility at that point, right? Like you got to do it. Like if you decide to pull out a top 10, everybody's going to poke holes in it, but you just want your top 10 to have some oomph in it to make it like, all right, this is a pretty good list. Yeah. My fear is that if you're going to have the head coaches voting in this thing, I don't think they're going to know.
Right.
They're not going to know.
Well, what's the purpose? Is it to just generate interest, or is it
absolutely? Really, I mean, that's what you like. My running joke is whenever there's a top 10 list, that means that's a show for somebody to do.
Yeah,
it's a show for somebody to do to debate, and I don't mind it. That makes my life easier.
Yeah, we can
debate that every week. Around.
Because it's an argument. It's a debate. It's an argument every week. Argument in the stands too of these places too. Like the back and forth banner. Absolutely.
All right, I'm looking at the comments now. Shout out to Adam.
Huh? What's up, man?
Everybody want to be a part of it until it's public. That's right, Zach. That's right, Zach. I'm telling you, man.
I'd put my name on it publicly.
I would put my name on it. Like,
I'd sign it.
Shout out to Josh from HBCU United. When we used to do polls, when we started doing top 10 polls, I used to post my poll on Twitter. And I had no problem defending why I said what I said.
No.
It shouldn't be at this point, it shouldn't be difficult. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to be part of this, you should be able to say these are my 10. Dr. Cavil does a top 10 every week.
Yeah.
Or top 5. He does it every week. And he's not afraid to defend his 10. You shouldn't be afraid. You should not be afraid. If you want to be part of it, you should not be afraid to defend.
Agree with that. Yep.
All right, look, man, Edwin, I don't need no disrespect. I'm not trying to. I don't need the disrespect. Why? All right. What if hypothetically, and this is hypothetically, so don't you be out here coming at me. What if hypothetically, we beat the school down the road. Well, Norfolk ducked us, so that can't happen anymore. But we beat the school down the road. We beat Hampton. We beat Morgan. And let's say the school down the road, let's say South Carolina State school down the road and Morgan are the top 3 teams in the MEAC. But how you going to put them ahead of us? And some of our losses are against teams that are top 25 in the country. 6-5 wouldn't be, and it would be 6-6 for us. But because we play 12 games we play 12 games. Where I'm from,
you wouldn't make top 5. You wouldn't.
It's wild.
Yeah,
it's wild.
It seems like they just go pure records, man. I mean,
it is pure. But the thing,
win loss.
And you know what? I want to take the first break because I want to talk about pure records when we come back. We'll be right back. That's a good segue.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU story with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Image, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
So we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Open up the door, tell your mama hungry.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black.
Test the analytic data with the hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they want a law, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
This is Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab, episode 805. This is the Indy Report. I have Jeffrey Johnson and Tariq Wilson back. And listen, man, speaking of wins and losses and what counts and things and records, so the SWAC commissioner recently just announced that starting next season, the 2027 season, the SWAC can no longer play non-Division I and non-Division II opponents. So VUL is going to have to find new opponents. Lincoln, California is going to have to find new opponents. And I wanted to get you in, and it's interesting that now that this poll is going to start this year, and we had a decent chunk of schools within the SWAC that played non-D1 or D2 opponents. What's going on, Jeff? You got something to say?
Hold on, fellas. I can't hear you guys. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear you, so let me get out and I'll come back in.
And that's fine. So, all right. So I guess I have to re-explain to Jeff when he comes back. So, all right, no worries. But now I just wanted your thoughts with regards to that.
Well, I mean, I want to wait till Jeff could hear me, or maybe I could just repeat it. I'm disappointed by that, actually. You know
How
why?
so?
I was about to roll up my own team, take on the Jackson or something like that, man. Can't do it now. Fighting
Look,
pirates or something.
look, man,
Fighting Wilson or something, man. Get some money.
look, man, we're at the point. We're at the point. I'm just happy
Oh, the
that
sound did go away, at least for me too.
no, I took
Can
him
you hear
out.
me?
I took him out. Are you? I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, I can't hear you though.
Oh my goodness gracious! What is going on today? All right.
Let me reload. I'll reload.
Yeah, everybody reload. All right. I guess I'll take the helm for a few minutes. But now I'll check the comments real fast while folks while Jeff and Tariq figure it out. Let's see, Tariq. All right. Can you hear me now?
Okay, I hear you now. Yep.
All right, yeah. Now something's going on with StreamYard, man.
Yeah, we could have rolled out a team, man. we could have built start recruiting. That was my plan anyway. It's my next career.
Hey, Chris, man, it ain't that I'm gonna reply this comment. It ain't that the independent are trying to have the best of both worlds. We're an HBCU just like everybody else.
Yeah.
That the conference affiliation in the grand scheme of things don't matter when it comes to that. If you're gonna do a top 10 list of the HBCU of black college sports, we're part of black college sports. That isn't gonna go away. That can't disappear. Like that's my point. So if there's a good enough team that has a strong debate to be in the top 10, they should get votes. Now I don't know if that's gonna be the case. Nobody asked the question yet, except on Twitter. But it'll be fascinating to see if that is the case. Jeff, can you hear us, man?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay, so where do we off at?
So I wanted to get y'all's perspective on the fact that the SWAC has made the decision, which I think was the right decision, to eliminate playing D1 and non-D1 and non-D2 programs. So, like, schools like VUL and I think NAIA might be out of the picture as well.
Yeah.
They're going to just play only Division 1 and Division 2 opponents, which I think is a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing for, I would say, for our program, who are, I would say, always are on the bubble of playoff, on getting into the FCS playoffs. It's definitely something that we need to do. For other programs that are looking for wins, that are, I would say, the alums, when they come to homecoming, they don't really care who they play. I mean, it's going to be a loss for them, because they want to see a cheap win. But I will also say that a lot of times those programs or those alums who come to these games, they want to see other teams bring their bands. So I'm cool with it from a CAA standpoint, from where we are.
It's just the SWAC that's doing this. It's just the SWAC.
The SWAC.
The SWAC is doing this because last year and this year, it's become like, a lot of VULs, a lot of Lincoln Californians. There was a school called Westlake or Westgate or West something that I never heard of until last year. Like there's just these abundant, like Arkansas Baptist, like all these other schools that have no business. They should not be playing these schools. Yeah. And so so for me, it's like, I'm happy that they're going to eliminate that, but it doesn't change the fact that I still would like them to play more Division 1 opponents.
Yeah.
And this will help, but then my biggest concern is they're just going to put a bunch of Division 2 schools on the schedule.
Well, let's think about it though, right? Like if you're the commissioner of the SWAC, you don't make this change to make it just for what's the underlying reasons for it? Because initially I thought it was like, hey, maybe it's positioning themselves for like postseason play, but most of many of the fans don't care whether it's West Baptist or a really lower level D2. So why they make this change?
Is this for respectability? Like, hey, you know what?
Maybe folks weren't happy about playing VUL on homecoming.
Yeah, you know
what I'm saying?
Speak of the devil, how about for your opener? Aren't we telling them with jokers for our opener?
We gonna need that one. We gonna need that one.
Like this is my thing is you schedule teams like VUL when you're having when it's bad. Like when A&T was like in their down, like they're down the 27-game losing streak, bad in the bricks. That's when you schedule VUL. That's when you schedule Johnson C. Smith. You don't schedule Johnson C. Smith now, but back then that's when you schedule Johnson C. Smith. That's when you schedule Shaw. You know what I'm saying? You schedule games to see your team win. But I think it's one thing if you do it for one game of the season. It's nothing we do it like 2, 3, have multiple buys. Like that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that can't happen.
We need because Boykin, honestly, he didn't give a damn. So I'm sorry, but we need some pride right now, and I'll take the pride from whoever. I would say VUL, honestly, is like you ever see like back in the day where there's an older gentleman and he has like a man who's in his 80s and who comes in to a ball or a night event in his tuxedo and he has like a 20-year-old on their arm. That's what VUL is for us right now. It's like we really need the help. So yeah, I'll take it.
And they're one of the more established.
By the way,
ones.
Chicago State is not an HBCU. They're a. I want to say this because I got to get clarity. Chicago State's not a HBCU. They're a predominantly black institution. They're a PBI. That's what they call them. They're a predominantly black institution. I think they're like 90% black of their student population. Yeah. But they're not an HBCU. I just want to make sure we're clear there.
They're struggling, man. Have you read all the stuff going on up there? They're gonna have a hard time getting that thing off the ground, man.
Yo, they have a team. Hard time paying coaches. Let me stop.
Yeah. I'm wondering how many games Chicago State's going to win, though. I'm kind of intrigued by it.
I mean, they got Chicago. They recruit out of Chicago, right?
And they got a good coach.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but they just don't have a full roster yet. But we'll see.
Bishop Sycamore.
They're going to be able to pick through that transfer portal. It's going to be like a movie. All the dudes they're going to have to just put together. So that'll be interesting to watch, especially behind the scenes stuff.
Players. I mean, because all those guys ain't getting picked up anyway, so they'll be fine.
I think it's good. And especially in light of this top 10 poll, it should be good for the SWAC. Play more competitive teams, have a more realistic record.
Didn't you say before the break that you said did you guys discuss having like a record or something?
Yeah, I was talking about that. I was bringing up the fact that the SWAC made this change, and it wasn't. To be clear, the commissioner announced it. The president's voted for this, which is good to hear. Good to see. Yeah, the president is. You can't make a decision like this without the presidents and the ADs co-signing this. But the president has voted for this, and I think that's great. That's a good look for the presidents because maybe they're hearing about the fact that we don't want to see VUL.
Yeah.
And if like I know that they like if you have aspiration to be bigger, you got to start playing folks at your level. Like Coach Jackson from Prairie View pretty much said, I'm Division I. We need to play Division I programs.
That's true.
I want my schedule to be full of Division I programs.
Yeah, but like he has a loaded roster. He can do that.
They're playing in the 15th of the country. You think they're gonna have a chance against Tarleton State?
No,
I don't.
No.
But they went to the Celebration Bowl, so they have players. We do not. We're recruiting.
We have young players.
Do y'all want to? I was gonna take the final segment to discuss like predictions for our teams and the SWAC East, West, and MEAC. So we can get into that discussion about how you guys feel about it because I'm doing that for MD later tonight.
So remember Rocky movie with they asked Mr. T what's his prediction for the fight? He said pain. Pain.
I ain't there yet. God. I'm not there, but I really want to know what's going on with you guys because this is our first time talking since the spring game, so I really would like to know. But we'll do it we'll take another break and we'll definitely do that. That is sad pain. But no, but to circle back and close out, shout out to the SWAC shout out to the conference for doing this. I think this is good. This is a good step in the right direction. There's some schools that are kind of reckless with it. I'm talking to you, Grambling, when it comes to of scheduling better. Grambling is a culprit of it, so now they're going to have to figure something else out with regards to that. But I think the other thing, too, is that there's probably incentives in those deals where some people get money based on how many wins they get, but now you're going to have to earn these wins. But I just hope these schools I hope they play more Division I opponents vice Division II. And I know they're going to probably do we'll play another SWAC opponent as a non-conference game because to keep certain rivalries going. I get it. However, I would rather you just at that point just make them non-game, just to have non-conference games.
Yeah.
If everybody's gonna do that, just have non-conference games.
Yeah.
That's just my thought. But it ain't my conference. Can't make that decision. This is me in my soapbox regarding it. But I'm happy that you guys got rid of VUL on the schedule. Now we just need the MEAC to do it, and then all will be right in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
I'm gonna give Hampton a pass because we know why y'all doing it.
Oh, okay.
We need to.
Yeah. See, I think that's the only time you should do it. You should be able to ask for an exception when you absolutely need to. You ain't won a game in a long time. You need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, let's take the next break and then we'll start talking predictions because I'm kind of curious to see how you guys feel about some of these other conferences and how you feel about the Pirates after the spring game. So we'll be right back after this next break.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavil of Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
When it comes to professional learning, teachers deserve better. From the leader in online learning, Stride brings you the Stride Professional Development Center, an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that gives teachers choice and flexibility, allowing them to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. It's time you take charge of your learning. Visit us today to get started.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's.
Test the analytic data with your hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they wanna lose, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
Welcome back to Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab, episode 805. This is the Indy Report. Now, I want to ask you guys, I'll start with us first before we go to everybody else. How do you guys, all right, we'll start with Tennessee State. I think Tennessee State this year, and Brandon can't speak for himself, I think Tennessee State should improve this year. They're in the OVC/Big South. They should be better. I'm curious to see what the school down the road's previous offensive coordinator is going to do running that offense. So I think they'll do better than this year. They're gonna. I think they play Jackson State early, if not the opener, if I remember correctly. But they play Jackson State really early in that schedule. So that's gonna probably be that'll give you a barometer where they're at. I don't expect them to beat Jackson, but that'll give them a nice little bar of where they're at.
Yeah.
But as for Hampton, how did the spring game go? Let's start there. I don't think I talked to you guys since the spring game happened. So how did the spring game go?
So, I didn't go.
Okay.
Neither did Tariq. So, but we worked on a lot of people that we knew that were there on the ground. For the most part, the offensive line is intact. The running game is going to be our main driver. We have receivers or receiving corps kind of new. The defensive back, because that's the coach's specialty, the secondary is going to be good, or I would say serviceable. So the quarterback play, because we're signing a bunch of these guys.
You about to have 7 like us?
Yeah. And I guess that's kind of early. You know, that's the word that everyone's been saying, uneven. We get what the coach is trying to do. Like, I think we kind of had our fill of that portal madness of buy one, get one free players, you know. Then you turn around, half of these guys, you know, they're like, oh, we're great savings. We're Amazon guys. And we find out they're Temu guys. So, you know, I think this coach is taking a different approach, which at first, you know, it still has to win over a lot of people, because he is more recruiting from a culture standpoint, more so than I would say I'm just gonna bring some guys in here. Like not Boykin and Prunty, but when we had Don Rhodes was literally after the game saying, man, I'm gonna get some guys in here, you know, in front of everybody. So I think Malone is more like he's taking more of a subtle approach. Like, does he fit the definition of what the player that he wants? And I like that approach. I think it's a little bit slower, and I hope our fan base is willing to go along with it. But I think with the Boykin and the Prunty era, it has gotten so, I would say, toxic because they felt like those were just mismatches of, I would say, what Hampton expects. And they get to the point where it's like maybe the patience may or may not run thin. So I don't know. I just think that we are going to struggle, but we'll probably have a better effort. So that's why we will have VUL on that first take. You know, like, hopefully we won't have no games like Elizabeth City State last year, where we gave them the game. They drove 90 yards within 20 seconds, 25 seconds, Reek, and almost won.
Almost won. Should have won.
That could have been a disaster if y'all would have lost that game, man.
Yeah, and you know, it could have hastened my man's fire. It could have got the show on the road earlier. Maybe should have lost.
But you know what? If we let Boykin go after, because I was hearing rumors that after the Howard game he was out, and if we would have let him go, would that have set a bad precedent for Hampton?
No.
Like, we let him go.
No. Can I share something?
Go ahead.
You mentioned earlier about Temu. I have to tell people this, man. I was right in my office. So I ordered some from Temu a couple weeks ago. Full body bath towels. Full body.
Yeah.
Here's what they sent. Wide as my shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can't do that Temu stuff.
No.
We got the full body bath towel.
Oh my God!
I just keep this about.
Stop.
No, real talk, man.
We've been getting coaches.
Yeah, we can't do that, man. So that wasn't even scripted, but my expectation. I'm gonna believe my eyes. I'm gonna believe what I see. I'm gonna believe, you know, all the football I've been watching all my life, and this is a rebuild. Culture setting, foundation laying year. And if we get 4 years, like my man Adam said, or 4 wins, then that will be gravy. But
as long as not against us.
Yeah, y'all. If we beat y'all, then y'all doing something wrong. Gibbs ain't making chicken or whatever. And if we beat y'all, He ain't making chicken.
Y'all go out.
Right, something wrong. But I mean, the thing is though, will coach be patient enough to not
Yeah.
just grab any dudes out of the portal in the late spring and the summer? Is he really committed to building the foundation, or is he going to bring in some guys who, you know what I'm saying, who are available for a reason?
Exactly, and I think we've the previous coaches have, especially Maynard. Like he was like, if you went to a Big Ten school, now I don't care what you did, you coming. And
well, that's what we did at Alabama A&M.
Yeah,
That's what we did at Alabama A&M. Probably
it's
got him
gonna
out of
work,
there
man.
quicker too.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough year unless something crazy happens that we, the guys they're a little unsized. It's like they are these dudes up from the worried about can we keep them?
yeah,
Keep them about a year or two from now. That's my
I want guys that are good enough to not move up. I'll take that. Good enough to not move up.
But you can't win. You can't
ain't gonna win. You ain't
It's
gonna
like
win with
having
that.
a girl. It's like having a girl nobody else wants. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, you ain't gonna win that way. But I will say this:
Right.
to veer to A&T. I think they have a couple quarterbacks that are in the lead with regards to who's going to be the starter, and they'll probably have it cleared up before the first game. Offensive line look pretty solid. We need to get we got a couple running backs that are capable. We just need one to break through on that end of the spectrum. We got our receivers back, so our receivers should be good. So I'm not too worried about the receiver position. I'm a little still worried about up front on the defensive side, but there's a lot more talent there. Gibbs, it's clear that Gibbs has been worked very hard to get more people, more of his type of guys on the team. So we'll see what happens with regards to that. We recently had
what is a Gibbs guy? Sorry to interrupt, but what does he look for? What's a Gibbs do?
I think for him, he wants folks that can execute, that play with full effort, that want to be here. I think what was happening last year, there was some folks that didn't want to really be there.
Yeah, he was saying that in the middle of the season.
Oh yeah, and he was spicy with it too, man.
Yeah, and the thing is, like he can't afford to have another 2-win season. And based on the schedule, he shouldn't have a 2-win season.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this upcoming season goes. Like we play Campbell and Elon every year. Rhode Island's going to be tough. New Hampshire's going to be tough. Monmouth's going to be tough. But the rest of the games on the schedule are pretty winnable, with the exception of the FBS team.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, I'm thinking 5 to 6 wins this year, and I'm cool. I don't think he can walk in there with 2 wins. We play in Chicago State because we had to replace Norfolk. But outside of that, I think overall we got a pretty solid schedule. They're all Division One programs, so I'm not complaining with regards to the schedule. But we'll see, man. Like we open with Morgan State.
That'd be awesome.
We open with
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we open against Morgan State. I mean, first got to remember we were 3 plays away from being 4-4 in the conference.
Yeah.
Like,
and Hampton was 4-4
and beating Tennessee State. So like it's and we got Bryant this year. Like these are some winnable games on our schedule.
Definitely Bryant.
Yeah, if we don't win some of these games, we're gonna have a lot of questions. Campbell's athletic department's in shambles right now.
Yo, that right there.
Yeah, y'all weren't on there when I had that discussion.
That's a case study.
Yeah, what happened, man? I know that everybody grumbling, but
I'll short term because I do want to go over the 3 conferences, the other conference, SWAC East, West, and MEAC. But basically, in a nutshell, Campbell had a basketball coach that pretty much resigned in a letter saying that after being here, I realized that you guys don't want to fully invest what you want to what I need to be a good basketball program. And now you got to remember, Campbell beat number 1 seed UNCW in the CAA tournament this year.
Yeah.
So like for them to pull that off and for them to lose their coach after 1 year is astonishing. Yeah. But then on top of that, folks started digging into the numbers, and realized that they've been I've been paying attention when I noticed that they cut track coach left, they cut other stuff, and coaches were leaving. But they reduced baseball, like they were cutting a lot of other sports.
Yeah.
But when they made the decision to go scholarship for football, the thing that they had to bank on is the fact of having higher enrollment. The enrollment has declined over the last decade.
Yeah.
So you can't. So when your enrollment is declining, and you're banking on enrollment to pay for this stuff, the rubber is going to hit the road at some point, and that's what happened to Campbell. And they're a small private institution in a state where there's competition for players. We got some recruits from Campbell. We got some linemen from Campbell.
Yeah.
So like, I say all that to say Campbell absolutely is a case study, but I don't think it's going to be the only one that we're going to have an opportunity to check.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I'm going to be honest, because me and Rick, we don't have no love for Campbell the way that those fans were treating us at Campbell when we played them. So, I mean, at the end of the day, sorry for you.
Nah, it's and that school ain't cheap to go to either. You talking almost $60,000 with housing.
But like their rise was really, really expeditious. Then they start off like they were a D2 for not too long now.
They didn't have a football program for a long period of time, and then they came back non-scholarship. Like they had like a 50-year gap between having football.
Right.
Yeah.
So for them, it becomes, okay, football's back, and football's going to fix all our problems. This is the classic example of how football don't fix your problems, by the way, guys. For the folks that are watching, football doesn't fix all your problems, because that's what Campbell thought. Football's going to fix your problems. But instead, it created problems, because they weren't really winning much of anything. And on top of that, the fans weren't supporting the team.
You know what happened though? Because they had guys. It was a culture. Because I mean,
remember Mike Minner left.
They had like some of the best recruiting classes in FCS, right?
But during that entire period, Mike Minner could never put it together. And I love Mike Minner, because I got the interview where he was still the head coach of Campbell. I'm to talk about his Panthers career, but he never could put it together to win a championship there.
Yeah.
So, he could recruit. There's no Mike Minner can recruit because everybody knew who he was. He was a legendary safety for the Panthers.
Positions though, like he would get a good defensive back that won't get a D tackle, or he would get a good wide receiver, but the offensive line sucked.
Yeah. So Campbell used to be known for basketball, and the thing is, you got to remember, man. North Carolina is such a basketball-rich state too.
Yeah.
You can live off basketball.
Yeah.
Like in that state, you can live off basketball, and that's what Campbell could have done. And like somebody was like, "Well, what can Campbell do to fix this?" And I said, "The first thing you got to do is get rid of football. That's the first step. That's the first thing that's got to go, because obviously it's a dog for you right now."
Yeah, or make it Division II.
Okay, either way, they won't be in CAA football anymore.
True.
But that's just my take. I mean. I think Campbell's in a very tough spot, and there's going to be a lot more smaller private schools that's going to be in that same spot, including some of our HBCUs potentially.
Yeah. Well, we're already seeing it now. So,
enrollment is still climbing for most of our institutions. Like y'all's went up, Howard's is up. Ours, we went up almost 7% this year.
I would say the racial unrest is.
Yeah, Trump's been good for business, man.
Well, keep that thing going, man. Yeah.
Well,
be careful, because if you get if you grow too much and you're not capable of taking care of the students there, then you're gonna have a different problem.
Facts, because
you have a different problem.
We've heard it too. Like our what do you call the online system? Is always jacked up. Former Hamptonian has been reaching out saying how terrible it is. So yeah. No, you're right.
No, that matters. That all matters, man.
It does.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We got like 10 minutes left, so I want to go over the three other conferences.
Yeah.
SWAC West, man. And I'm just going to ask you the question, because I don't think you guys are going to disagree. With regards to the SWAC West, Is there anybody that's going to be able to start Prairie View in the West?
No.
Reed?
Highly unlikely.
No.
I don't think there's. I'll be clear when I say that I don't think there's anybody in the SWAC West that's going to give Prairie View any problems.
No.
I'm gonna keep it a being with y'all. I think the only way somebody else gets there is that Prairie View just slips up too many times with playing against the teams in the East. That's the only way. Outside of that, that's Prairie View's conference to lose at this point.
No.
Let me ask you a question. Which side is Southern on? They're not
the West.
Prairie View, right?
The West.
Okay.
Yep.
I did see a report about their recruits, and man, they got some guys coming in. Man.
No,
look, Marshall. They got Marshall Falk's first year coaching, man.
But can he coach them?
We got to see if he can coach.
He got some guys coming in. They look the part.
I mean, second place in the SWAC West ain't bad.
We had guys coming in with Prunty.
Yeah. They look good. Yeah.
Guys.
All right. So let's go ahead and head to the SWAC East. So with regards to the SWAC East, I think this is the two-way race.
Yeah.
Between Jackson and Alabama State. I think FAMU, with the whole situation going on with the APR situation with them, that they could. The only reason why they're not going to be last in that conference is because Valley's on the East. So, what are you guys thinking?
I think this is Alabama State's year if they want to pick off Jackson State to do it. I thought last year was their year too, but I mean, I really feel that. I hate to keep saying, "Oh, this may be State's year. This may be State's year," but if he didn't get it last year, and he doesn't get it this year, then Robinson ain't gonna get it, period. So,
well, now Robinson will be there, but then we have to have the discussion about whether or not he's gonna ever win the East if they don't get it this year.
Yeah, he's not gonna.
I have my doubts. I have my doubts
because I think Jackson reloaded, so I'm not going to count them out by any stretch of the imagination.
All right, so is the quarterback coming back, though?
I think he is.
Yeah.
You talking about Body? You talking about for Bama State?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Body's back. Yeah, Body's back.
Oh, but that right there alone is, I would say, raises my hopes.
And from what I understand, they got somebody waiting in the wings just in case he has some injury challenges.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I would say I'm going to lean more towards Jackson, but I would say I am rooting for Alabama State because I felt like they've always come close.
It's Jackson State until Bama State proves me otherwise.
Yeah, Jackson State is a Penn.
I'm sorry.
They're the Penn State SWAC. Like the close but never there.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Now, what about the MEAC? What will the MEAC do? I think South Carolina State's going to repeat.
Yeah. That he's not like, yeah.
They're kind of their program seems to got to the autopilot.
Yeah.
Point.
That's look, man. Football's their bread and butter down there in Orangeburg, guys. Like, it's their bread and butter, and it's clear is their bread and butter. And their second bread and butter is tennis. So it's their bread and butter.
Yeah.
Like that is that is what they do. So, their biggest challenge is the school down the road, and they got to play them, and they got to come to Orangeburg,
and they get QB too, right? Central.
Yeah, they actually they might they took one of our QBs, so I think it's going to be fascinating if he ends up starting.
Yeah. No, I think South Carolina State, just like we said, is an autopilot. I mean, I would say they always have an experienced offensive line. They always got a dog in that backfield. So, no, I mean, I think Delaware State is kind of like a flashy program with, like, they just don't have enough big bodies to contend with South Carolina State. South Carolina State is like meat and potatoes, and Delaware State is just like, a flashy entree.
What would happen if the school down the road places third place in the conference again?
Oh,
I think that's. I mean, I think nothing happens.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
They lost their coordinator. They lost a bunch of guys.
They're counting. Yeah, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, man.
Like if Moten's still there, he gonna stay there.
Yeah, nothing.
No, they ain't tripping.
But you can't compare the two situations.
No, that's true. But third place is okay. You know, I mean, we've talked a lot about some of the issues that the school down the road is having just in general with their program. They should be lucky to have that guy there as coach, actually.
Look, if they want to get rid of that coach, like he will not be unemployed for a minute.
I know he might end up at Hampton messing around with y'all. You never know.
Hey, well, we got Malone. We rolling with Malone. Man.
I'm messing with y'all, man. I will say this, and then I'm gonna do my outro. I'm gonna close. I'm curious to see how Quinn Gray feels right now. I can say that. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, boy, you talking about fumbling the bag.
Hey, he made his choice. He
went with his heart, not his head, man.
Yep. Nah. Hey, you know what drama I want to see this year?
What?
Michael Vick. It's going to be year two of the disaster. Year 2.
Well, and they got a document. They're gonna have it. They got a whole show with it to document it. So we're gonna see.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Look, man, they changed up the schedule. They were out here changing schedules to avoid us.
No,
so
Mr. Soft Spoken, it's not gonna work, man.
My man just be over there chilling on the sideline, man.
Yeah,
he's be chilling, man.
I can't. Look, I gotta do the outro. I'm crying right now. I can't.
But hold on. You know what he needs on his teams? You know what he needs?
Dogs.
Thank you for listening to Inside the HBCU Sports Lab. Make sure you share our podcast with your friends and colleagues. Follow me on Twitter at ChampD1012. Follow Reek and Jeff at hupowership.com. Check out the website. They do a podcast covering Hampton Athletics as well. Follow Dr. Kenyatta Cavil on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Follow Inside the HBCU Sports Lab on Sports Lab 1 on Facebook and Inside the HBCU Sports Lab on YouTube. Dream big and continue to move forward. We'll talk to you soon. Jeff.
Of course.
Reek.
Lecture.
Dismissed. You guys have a good one. I'll see you guys next week.
Peace.